Hello, everybody, and welcome to the episode of Sports with Mongha. And now it is time to review what's left of the Premier League season. 10 games left. Manchester United is the first team that we're going to review. Of course, the team of my dreams, my favorite team of the Premier League, the Red Devils. A team that I've supported for quite a while, and I can go back to David Beckham, Gary Neville, the class 92, like the dreams, but 99 is the year that I kind of get involved with them. But before that, and I get into this, I hope you love my videos and you like them. Considering the data that I'm seeing, you do like them. 99% of you guys watching these videos are not subscribed yet. So before I jump into this and we do a season review of what's left for Manchester United and Erik ten Hag and the stories along it, do hit this like button, smash the subscribe, hit the bell icon to know when I do the next videos as well. Your support is really, really appreciated, guys. I want to bring a different perspective of content from my end as a fan, as somebody who's played football, to give you some more insights to what I feel on the sports side, also for all the news that's kind of been happening for Manchester and around different sports. I also do some more videos, some other sports as well, with Formula One, tennis, cricket sometimes. So it's a lot with Sports with Mongha. So join in the community section. Put in the comment section below which next team do you want me to do. I'm starting with Manchester United because I feel that this is something me getting off things out of the chest for Manchester United from where they are placed as a fan to where I feel they could end up. So hit the subscribe button and share the love. Let's get into it. Where are we with Manchester United right now? It's an interesting season, guys. It's kind of getting more and more interesting day by day. Of course, we will definitely have a talk about the title race with Arsenal, Liverpool, and Manchester City, and where I feel they can end up and who actually wins the Premier League title. But I'm here talking about Manchester United. 28 games played for everybody. Only Chelsea has a game in hand alongside. Chelsea has a game in hand to play. West Ham has played one more game extra. And that's the game they have to play before the end of the season. But Manchester United, 28 points, 28 games, 47 points, 6 points behind Spurs, who are in 53, and Aston Villa with 56. So technically, fourth for Manchester United to finish fourth. There's a 6-point difference between Unai Emery's Aston Villa. Spurs is 6 points behind. There's a 9-point gap between Unai Emery's Aston Villa and 6 points between Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur of Ange Postecoglou. The good thing is the fact that this year English Premier League sides will have 5 entries into the Champions League because of the ratings. The way that the English teams have performed over the Conference League, the Europa League, the Champions League, and then still having relevance. So they get 5 teams. So it's basically, we'll have 2 more teams in the European League. Champions League will have 5 spots from Premier League and 2 from the Europa Conference League and the Europa. The Champions League, the Europa Conference League, and the Europa League. So that's kind of how the breakup is right now. I think it's time to just get into the fixtures right now for Manchester United. Total 10 games, 30 points. 30 points is where we are. We're fighting for 30 points. We're also fighting in a way because of the FA Cup draw and the way it's kind of ended after Manchester United beat Liverpool 4-3 at Old Trafford. It's given a little chance of hope. It's a little hope that we have, the possibility that Manchester United can make something of this. It's going to be hard. There's an FA Cup possibly up for grabs. It could be that there is eventually a final between Manchester City and Manchester United, the repeat of the last year's final of the FA Cup, because Chelsea is facing Man City on the second one, and Manchester United has drawn Coventry. So there's a possible chance that Manchester United can make it to the finals. It will be an epic final, but it's very important to see who wins, because last year Erik ten Hag lost to Pep Guardiola. He would want to kind of undo and repair that change. or repair that mistake, possibly get that crucial win for him. But the main is 30 points for 10 games. How do those games stack up? Let's go one by one. Let's talk about that each game and what my prediction is and how I feel each game can kind of end up with. Brentford away, Manchester United, 30th of March, the first game where the 10-game season starts at Brentford away from Manchester United. It's going to be a hard game. It's not a win. I just feel like Manchester United will struggle in this game because after coming from the international break, so they might need some more momentum to kind of come in. So I think this is going to be a draw. I see them having 1 point from this, from the potential 3. So I would say this is 1 point out of the 2 points dropped, in my opinion, against Brentford from the first game on 30th of March. First point, I think it's a draw. The next game on 4th of April, it's Chelsea that they play against. Chelsea they can fire, they can misfire. You don't know with them right now. But I feel Manchester United will be able to tame, because this is away as well. This is at Stamford Bridge. It's going to be a really electric atmosphere. Also depends if Manchester United do drop points, they need to win this game. So the pressure mounts up. And I think Manchester United has been able to play under pressure. After looking at the Liverpool game, definitely it's given me a little more confidence. But Brentford is a game where they might not have that pressure, and that's where they kind of drop points, in my opinion. But then it can also be like Manchester win. But I think Brentford will be tricky for Manchester United because they're fighting their own battle, Brentford. So I think Chelsea will be a win for Manchester United. I 3 points there. Liverpool, it's a repeat. It's a repeat at Old Trafford, 7th of April. It's Manchester United versus Liverpool at Old Trafford. It's going to be a belter game. Some people have made their mark, like Anthony, like Kobe Menu, like Amad Diallo, Rasmus Højlund, Onana, and Marcus Rashford. They've all played their part in the FA Cup match, but then it's going to be a return leg. It's almost going to be like the fight for the finals here, because Liverpool will also be wanting to win and stamping their authority on this game. They want to be the title winners. They have to win the big matches. But I have a feeling that this would go for Manchester United's side because of the pressure that they will have. So I have given the 2 big games, Chelsea and Liverpool, to Manchester United. Drop in the comment section below. Tell me, share your views. What do you feel? Brentford, I feel they will draw. Chelsea and Liverpool, Manchester United, I feel they will win. So I'm basically going against the tide and saying they will kind of drop points against the easier opponent, but against the challenges, the one they want to fight against in the Champions League and the Premier League titles, they will do well and win. Next game on the 13th of April is against Brentford. I think it's going to be, it's again, Bournemouth. So I think 3 points there. For what I think right now. I don't want to overthink this because I could still feel like Solanke and Tavernier, the players, the way they're playing, they kind of are very tricky to deal with right now. But I feel Manchester United will be able to make them at the Vitality Stadium. This is going to be away, so that's going to be interesting. Then Manchester United has a midweek on a Sunday game, FA Cup draw, the semi-finals against Coventry. That's the confidence building game. If they win that, that's where the triggers kind of happen more for them to kind of think about the FA Cup final. They want to build and they want to have momentum to go into it. Of course, City on the other end is trying to vie for the Champions League, for the FA Cup, for the Premier League as well. So there's a lot that they're fighting for as well. But I feel Manchester United against Bournemouth is a clear Manchester United victory. Then they play Burnley, which I again feel will be 3 points for Manchester United. Crystal Palace next. And I feel 3 points there as well. And then came the 2. That's the end, before end of the season. 11th of May. I think this is going to be title decider game. I'm going to make a bold prediction here, guys. Tell me in the comment section below. And at this moment, I don't know if you've not subscribed. Do hit the subscribe button. We're going to have a lot of fun. I think the end of the season is going to be more fun. I'm going to review this video as well, possibly to see where I ended up and how it really kind of happened. But Manchester United versus Arsenal, the second last game before the season ends. This might be the title decider. This might define who actually wins the Premier League. Because if Manchester United does somebody a favor, Liverpool or Manchester City, Arsenal, they're leading by then, and then they drop points, it's going to be a lot of pressure on Arteta. But I feel at this point, Arsenal, I think it's going to be a draw. I'm not going to go bonkers here because Arsenal will have a lot of momentum. They are fighting for the Premier League title. They would want to stamp their authority, and that's why I'm giving a draw. I'm saying it's going to be a 1-1 or a high-scoring draw, where Manchester United do salvage 1 point. And the final game of the season for Manchester United, Brighton against, and it's away. That's one of the very important things. The Arsenal game possibly could be the last game for Erik ten Hag if he is sacked. 11th of May could be the last game for Erik ten Hag if he's going to get sacked at Manchester United, at Old Trafford. So that means I still feel the performance will be there, but a draw against Arsenal would be a good result, in my opinion, there. Brighton, the last game at the American Express Amex Stadium. I think at Falmer, Brighton would be somebody that Manchester United would be able to beat. And I would say 3 points. So I am basically saying Manchester United will only drop points for the next 10 games in 2 games. I'm giving them 8 wins. I'm giving them 8 wins and 2 draws. Basically, they're not losing any games, in my opinion, right now. I could be completely wrong. Chelsea could kind of like completely go crazy and fuck Manchester United, completely fuck Manchester United. But it can happen that it's the opposite. But Liverpool as well can completely run over Manchester United. Fuck it. Fuck the whole championship. It can happen, but I don't feel at this moment the momentum. And it will be very interesting. Brentford, the first game, if they win, the momentum builds. And Erik ten Hag is somebody who kind of is able to get the performances. Look at the FA Cup result against Liverpool. 4-3 in extra time. Amad Diallo from nowhere getting a red card. Come on, that's just fantasies and amazing stuff that's kind of built off. But that's what I feel. Brighton kind of ending up with the win. Manchester United at the end of these 10 games, in my opinion, are only dropping 4 points out of the 30. So they are 26 points, in my opinion. If I have the math right, I think 9 here, 12, 15, and I feel and we have 2 big, exactly, and that's why I was thinking like where 2 games left. Manchester United also plays 2 games. They might be the game week 34 that they need to play. I think they're playing Newcastle United, and that needs to be figured out where will they play. I think Newcastle, they win. It's at Old Trafford, it's at home, and Sheffield United again. I think they win that game as well. So overall, I feel 9, 18, 24, 26 points after the 30. But that's what I'm giving the score. 26 points out of 30. That's not bad. That kind of leads to Manchester United being at 48. They're 47 with these 26 points. They basically come to a grand total of 73 points, which, in my opinion, for a 4th place or a 4th or a 5th place might not be that bad, but it all depends on where they don't play any of their rivals. They don't play anyone that's kind of in the 4th or 5th. They don't play Aston Villa or Spurs, Manchester United, but they play Arsenal, they play Liverpool, and that's, in my opinion, a game that I feel can break or make the season. 73 points at the end of the season, in my opinion, would be a good total for a top 4 side. Of course, we don't know how crazy it will become at the top, at the upper echelons of the Premier League. It could be like Arsenal are at 88, 89 points with their 10 games, because they can go to 94 if they win all 10 games. Like if Liverpool, City, and Arsenal don't drop any points, and it's interesting that they do play against each other, at least one of them, because Arsenal and City will play right after the international break. And if Arsenal win, it's going to be drop points for City, which would help benefit Liverpool. It can go all bonkers. But let me know in the comment section below, what do you think? I'm giving 26 out of 30 for Manchester United for the run after the international break. I think I think that's one thing I want to talk about as well. Because there's a lot of conjecture right now what's happening with Manchester United. Erik ten Hag has proved, Ineos has come in, Sir Jim Ratcliffe has backed him up, Dan Ashworth might be coming. We have Burada coming from Manchester City as CEO. There's a lot of things happening over summer. There's a lot of talk about player power, players that need to go, clear the air, wage bills, and so on and so forth. Rafael Varane not being renewed, Casemiro being sold because of the wages that he has and stuff and so on. I think there's a lot of positivity eventually around Manchester right now. They're in the right trajectory. They're moving in the right direction. It's basically a lot of missing pieces that we have seen and we want to kind of get to and understand where the club is kind of headed. I think that's something we have missed as fans, to kind of see the direction that this club is actually headed. We are seeing the picture better. I think it would be a shame and stupidness from Ineos's point of view to kind of jump into the player power and the journalists who kind of running the stories of Gareth Southgate. How the hell is Gareth Southgate even considered for Manchester United? I don't get it. His playing style is not even like, I don't want, come on. Like, come on. Why are we even talking about, like, why is there's no smoke without fire? And somebody has tried to kind of create this rumor mill against Erik ten Hag to kind of Erik ten Hag out. But I feel Erik ten Hag is the manager we should kind of stay with. Of course, Ineos will take much harder look, but this will be the time that he needs to prove. Erik ten Hag needs to prove himself. Of course, the FA Cup win and the Champions League spot together give him that safety. So I would feel more concerned if Erik ten Hag is kind of lost the plot. Does Ineos really back him, or do they cut the ties? There are a lot of alternatives being talked about. Gareth Southgate was one. I think it's going to be stupid to kind of have him because he's the manager of England and they're playing Euros. For them to kind of have him, Gareth Southgate, join before end of the season, before the Euros end, and not kind of have the preseason and stuff and so on, it just doesn't kind of add up to me. There's a lot of talk about De Zerbi or Graham Potter. I wouldn't go for any of them. I would rather settle the ship with Erik ten Hag, get the cleanup done, because he's a disciplinarian. He is a taskmaster. He gets things done. Look at Jadon Sancho. Look at how he's dealt with Anthony. Look at Cristiano Ronaldo, and so on and so forth. It's not like he's not known for his no-nonsense approach. He has done it. There's a lot of cleanup that needs to happen. He's the right man, in my opinion. And I think that's where, but then getting the Champions League spot and winning the FA Cup definitely puts him up safely in the next season. But if he does not win the FA Cup or get Manchester United in the top four, there's a lot of hungry vultures swimming around, flying around him, waiting him to drop, and they will bite him. They will bite his ass off. He will be sent on his way, packing from where he came, but it will be a big loss. I still don't understand who will be the one replacing him. I have heard a lot. Of course, Jose Mourinho is out of contract. Conte is out of contract right now. There's a lot of, Klopp is out of contract. Xavi is out of contract. Nagelsmann is out of contract. There's a lot. And of course, everybody wants Alonso. There's a lot of good managers out of a job right now who want to kind of take Manchester United. But stability is what we want. We don't want flashy manager changes to kind of show that we are making progress, because we need consistency and somebody that understands the club, where we want to be and how we want to get there. That's kind of my opinion right now. Let me in the comment section below, what do you think about Erik ten Hag and his approach? Where do you think he has, what do you feel a success for him would mean? Do you feel it'll be okay if he just makes it to the top four, or the FA Cup is also another bonus? What happens in your opinion if FA Cup and Champions League don't happen for Manchester United? What does it mean for Erik ten Hag? Do you feel that he'll be sacked? Let me know in the comment section below. Let's engage a little more, understand where the community is coming from. What do you feel? There's a lot of talk about a lot of managers. What do you feel? Who do you feel comes in? If this has to happen, Zidane is out of contract as well, just to kind of put in a big name there. But let me know in the comment section below what do you think. Do like this video, do share, and do subscribe to the channel. Let me know what do you think. How do you think this worked? Do you feel this? Which will be the next club you want me to do? Of course, we can talk about all clubs around the world. in their respective leagues, but then Premier League is being the hottest league right now with the relegation battle as well, kind of ramping up with these FFP and the FSP rules, the financial sustainability rules, and the financial fair play. There's a lot of drama happening on for the four points for the relegations and so on and so forth. Let me know in the comment section what do you think. Do like this video, do share, and do subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one.